That's why you learn to appreciate it. Beautiful. We don't have to worry about the wind, the rain, the cold. Go out, just play a game, and hopefully win a series.
Brian Bayo today about to take the ball, but last night there was a balk in the game, and a very entertaining performance by Peyton Tolley. Just sort of flipped that up there all the way to the backstop. He talked about that later in the post-game presser.
The post-game is just, I don't know how you don't love this guy. I've never seen somebody have as much fun he does on the mound and then flip a switch, put the ball in his hand, throw 97 by a guy. But the personality, it's such an easy guy to love. And if you hear that sound post-game with it, that laugh of his is just contagious. He's a fun guy to be around.
He certainly is. Great fun. And as the Red Sox get back to winning baseball games, he's going to own this town. Orioles lineup today is presented by Xfinity. It goes Taylor Ward, Gunnar Henderson, and Adley Rutschman 1, 2, 3. Then you get to a very hot hitter in Pete Alonso as they take on a right-hander Bayo, 2-5 with a 5.63.
Let's take a look at the Red Sox starting pitcher, brought to you by BuyAToyota.com. You mentioned it, 27-year-old making his 12th appearance, 8th start of the year. Obviously the numbers we know as a starter and a reliever. As for his arsenal, the sinker had a good one last time. Best fastball he had at 96 miles an hour. The cutter's not used as much, more changeup, sweepers, and he's been really effective out of the bullpen, getting another start here today. Defensively for the Red Sox, presented by Car Shield. Caleb Durbin back at third base. IKF at short with Monasterio at second, Contreras at first. The outfield left to right. Duran, Rafaela, and Abreu with Carlos Narvaez doing the catching.
Umpires for today presented by M&T Bank. Marvin Hudson behind home plate. Nick Marley at first. Trip Gibson at second. Ryan Blakeney at third. We're available. This telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your TV remote. SAP brought to you by Toyota Certified Used Vehicles. Weather just superb, as good as it gets. 88. Bit of a breeze out to center at 10 miles per hour. We'll see if the sky and the sun play a role here today. But Bayo about to uncork his first pitch in the top of the first inning. And swung on and drilled out to center field, racing back. Cedon all the way to the wall, and that's going to get off the wall and ricochet to Abreu. And on the first pitch of the game, Ward will rumble into second on a long double.
Well, you didn't even give me time to say that. Feels like a very important top of the first. And in the first pitch, he hits an absolute missile to center off that wall. Nice job by Abreu to be there to catch that ricochet. But, you know, again, so good out of this bullpen. .71 ERA, pretty much untouched. So you look at this top of the first and say one of the most important top of the first of the year for Brian Bayo.
Sure.
Look at those numbers.
Now here's Henderson, who has hit him hard. His 2 home runs off him, 7 for 22. Bayo had a horrific start at Baltimore on April 24th. 10-3 defeat. Gave up 5 home runs and 13 hits in 3 1/3.
Kind of started the whole opener thing. They gave him one more start against Toronto, but it was a tough watch against that team in Baltimore. And 3 home runs in the first inning. It was 5 hitters deep. He was down 4-0.
2-1.
There's a solo shot by this man. Yes. Gunnar went deep first at bat. It was a base hit, and then another home run by Rutschman. He got a fly out, but then a solo shot by Beavers. With 5 hitters in, you're down 4-0. 3 homers.
2-2. Henderson, a guy who sees him well. And a number of guys in this lineup who do. Bayo, last time he started one was May 17 at Atlanta. There was an 8-1 loss. Gave up 7 in 5 innings.
Again, 3 in the first, 2 in the second. So it's very important next 2 or 3 hitters here to try to see if you can put up a 0. And to be honest with you, even if it's just 1, you sort of take it and move on.
Rutschman on deck. And a 2-2 from Bayo. grounded foul past first. Red Sox about to hit the road, and a very tough road trip. Yankee Stadium and then the Trop. Even though Tampa Bay is scuffling right now, they're very good at home. Tampa Bay leading the Yankees by 1 game in the division. Well, the Judge has a sore shoulder. Held him out yesterday. 2-2 on the way. And that's going to drill him. He's hit by the pitch on a cutter, and that'll put runners at first and second.
Goes back to that cutter, which I don't really like. They're just hitting off it. I mean, they're just pounding that cutter. He's gotten away from it the last few times out of that bullpen, but this time here now he's in another little jam. You know, when you look at some of those starter and reliever numbers for Brayan Bello, ones that really jump out. Look at the walks to strikeouts as a starter. Talk about pounding the zone, right? Getting ahead, walking a ton as a starter. As a reliever, only 3 walks to 22 strikeouts. And this is kind of just a different guy that when he came in the second inning could really use his double play to just sort of catch his breath.
Well, it's Rutschman at 258, 7 homers. He's driven in 30. Been swinging a very good bat as of late. The offense hasn't been a problem for the Orioles, who are just 2 games in front of the Red Sox in the standings. It's been their pitching, which has been very poor. Alonso on deck. Ward at second, Henderson at first. 1 ball, 1 strike. Rutschman with 2 career home runs against the right-hander. And his 1-1. Line shot left center field, down for a hit. Coming around, here comes Ward. The throw comes into third as the run scores. And 1-0 Baltimore on a base hit by Rutschman, his 31st RBI. And Bello has not gotten anybody out in the first 3.
There's another changeup. Located the first one. Not a bad changeup either at 88, below the zone. Rutschman does a nice job. Put yourself in that jam, especially with hitting Gunnar Henderson, but hard to explain.
Well, now he has to take on Alonso. 242 with a dozen home runs. He's homered in this series. He'll ground that one to short. Double play ball out at second on to first, and they do turn 2. Runner advancing down to third, but 2 gone.
That's such a big play for him. Again, you know he's thinking about it. He's coming in here. He wanted that start against Atlanta, and he gave up 5 in the first 2. He wanted this start. He wants to start. Next thing you know, it's a first pitch ambush double. He hits a guy. It's a single, and the head starts spinning a little bit to get that ground ball. Now you got to execute and leave it only 1.
Basayo, the catcher, almost gets drilled as he spins out of there. 277 with 9 home runs. Red Sox have done a good job on him so far. The 1-0 drops downstairs with a change.
Yeah, this is the kind of guy I worry about in this lineup. Really been swinging it here kind of the last month and a half. You kind of still stick with your best stuff right here. Don't worry about it.
2 for 5 with a home run against Bello, and that'll miss. He's gone to 3-0.
Yeah, this is one of those, you know, again, give me your best pitch right here and start over with Tavares on deck.
2 down, a runner at third, and the 3-0 from Bello. He went for it. It was a fastball, 97.
That's what I mean. It's got to be a well-located sinker down and away. Look at the ERA, 11.74 in the first inning. I mean, hitting 400 off, and the OPS is over 1,200.
And then he'll take ball 4. So Bello puts him on. Double, a hit batsman, a single, and a walk in the first inning. And now Tavares, the center fielder, 275. He's hit a couple of home runs. Another one of the Orioles swinging a pretty good bat, 333 over the last 14 games. And home plate umpire Hudson heading out to the hill, and the meeting breaks up. First and third, 2 away.
And Tavares, switch hitter. Hitting .307 against righties, just .208 against lefties, so much better from the left side. Going two. Narvaez behind the plate. Now Connor Wong is DHing. Remember last year, Bayo and Wong had a nice little thing going on. They're both in the game. And they got Narvaez back there with Wong DHing.
And Tavares attacks the first one. He is 3 for 4 against Bayo lifetime. Red Sox came into this game today with a 0-run differential.
Yeah.
For the first time since the second week of April. Finally, swinging a chopper, headed for right field. Another run will score on a base hit by Tavares. Messiah on his way to third, and he is going to be safe. He got in there. Looked like the throw got there first. Somehow he's ruled safe. And they're on for the moment at first and third. 2-0 Baltimore.
I mean, the throw beat him. I don't know. Did he not get this tag down on him? He went in feet first. Throw beat him. I think he's going to be out. They didn't want to look at it. Does he get his foot in there? But then he comes off the bag, though, doesn't he?
I thought he did.
Right there, nothing's touching the bag, and the tag's still on him.
Or did he pull the tag away too early? Take another look.
Take a look at it. I think the right foot does get in there, but then the right foot comes off.
Yeah, but by then he has taken the tag off. So 2-0 Baltimore. And the inning continues, and another bad first inning for Bayo. And here's Colton Cowser. It's been dangerous as of late. All 4 of his home runs have come in the last 16 games, including a couple of walk-offs. That was in back-to-back games at Camden Yards. He's the 7th man to hit in the first inning against Bayo. Runner at first taken off. Here's the throw down by Narvaez, and won't get him. Bassao holding at third, and a stolen base by Tavares.
Going back to that tag with Durbin, it is. A lot of these infielders these days, like for us, when we used to play, you try to slap it on him and get out of there, try to steal a sign from an umpire. But now you really got to hold that tag in anticipation of a guy coming off. It's got to be held on there the entire time.
Yeah. Now you talk about that a lot. I mean, the difference between then and now on every single play on the bases. Got to keep that tag applied.
Well, here's the thing, you got a little. You try to get out of the gym. You got the double play. You got a hit. Then you got a little bad luck with the chopper. But then you come back and you just 3-0. You can't execute.
3-0 to Cowser, and he's going to take ball 4. Man. A hit batsman, 2 walks, 3 hits. And it is just ugly.
I mean,
the first inning for this guy.
It's just bizarre. That last time out, he came in the second inning, went 7 scoreless against the Indians, didn't walk a guy, gave up 4 hits, and threw 63 pitches in 7 innings. Less than 10, you're right around 10, 9 an inning.
It is deep in his head as Mayo gets in there, and he'll look at a strike. This is a 201 hitter. Throw the wrong pitch, he can hit it a mile. He has homered 7 times, but the bases are loaded and he has to throw strikes.
23 pitches, only 11 strikes.
0-1, and snaps that one in there. Sweeper. 0-2. Trying to strike this man out, leave him loaded. Get in that dugout and forget you pitched the first inning. Here's the 0-2. Swinging a high fly ball, very high to left field. Duran backing up, and that is going to be off the wall. 1 run, 2 runs, 3 runs score. And the Red Sox down a ton early, 5-0. And Bayo again has an absolutely disastrous first inning. Mayo touching the wall, and he cleans him off for a 3-run double.
I mean, what can you say? I have no idea. The guy's got an ERA of .7 as a reliever in the first inning. You can't get out of it. Is it preparation? Is it pregame as a starter? I don't know, but he got a 5 spot here in the first.
And here's the 9th hitter to bat in the top of the first inning, Jackson Holliday. 243 with 2 home runs. Now, you were saying the most important top of the first inning for him all season long. And he coughs up 5.
I mean, this is updated ERA in the first inning. It was 11. 5.7 coming in.
He missed. 2 balls and 1 strike. Kobe Mayo with a 3-run double has opened up a 5-0 lead for Baltimore. And he's the runner at second with 2 down. Imagine this inning without the double play. Here's a challenge.
Catcher's challenge in the ball call.
And now we got an early challenge. Just because of the struggles. And he gets that one.
Call was overturned for a strike.
First thing that's gone right for the Red Sox here today. ABS powered by T-Mobile. 2-2. Holliday just 1 for 7 against Bayo. He'll take a ball. And another 3-ball count. And there's Ward in the on-deck area. He's the guy that started it. Opened the game with a double. And a payoff pitch to Holliday. And he walks him. Man. That'll put runners at first and second. So he's gone through the first 9. Unable to get 3 outs. Top of the order in Ward. Andrew Bailey heading for the hill. So this has been a disaster today. He's walked 3. He's hit a batter. He's given up 4 hits and 5 runs, all earned.
Yeah. You talk about momentum. It's only as good as your starting pitcher the next day. You came out here last night. You finally get a win. You haven't been able to get a win. You win the game 8-1. Your bats wake up. You say, okay, Bayo, here you go. Throwing the ball well out of the bullpen. Go out there and give us a shot. It's 5-0.
And you're not out of the top of the first yet. First and second. Nobody warming up in the pen yet. And here's Ward again. That missed badly. A sweeper for ball 1. 32 pitches, only 15 strikes. And he's got Mayo at second and Holliday on at first. And the 1-0 pitch. In for a strike at 98. Yankees and Guardians are underway. They're scoreless in the first inning in the Bronx. And a 1-1. And a strike. Ward, a guy who's been a big disappointment for the Orioles. Only hit 2 home runs after 36 last year for the Angels. 1-2 coming. Did he hold up? He did on the check. 2-2. What is going through his mind right now?
Spinning.
I think you're right. Spinning. Here's the 2-2. That's up the middle. Sharply hit. Base hit. That guy Montecero, another run is coming on in to score. The play at the plate not in time. 6-0 Baltimore. Ward with his second hit in the inning. And no challenge on the tag at home plate. It was late. 6-0 Orioles.
Back to that sweeper in starter half. Ward had a really nice day yesterday too. Looked like he hit the corner of that base. I don't know if Montecero would be able to keep this ball in the infield, but as it was getting through, hits this corner and just kicks a little bit away from him. That's just the way it's going.
Gunnar Henderson, first time he got hit on the foot by a pitch, he would come in to score. And hits this one gently toward first base. Here's the tag play, and it rolls away. And everybody's going to be safe.
Yeah, now Contreras is holding that elbow.
Contreras lunging for the tag. Yeah, holding that elbow, which has been barking at him. And everyone's safe, and the inning continues. Oh, it looked like the third out. And it came free out of the glove.
He gets this ball. It's kind of close, tough to flip. He tries to tag him. Just the ball comes out. It's a dangerous tag, too, with the runner coming in. That's why you kind of hold that elbow, hold that arm.
That's going to reload the bases for the Orioles. And it brings up Rutschman, who has an RBI single in this inning. He went to check, but he went. That is a swing and a miss for strike one.
Still worried about Contreras. Hoping he's all right. Listen, he's got a lot of things going on. Always shaking out those hands, and sat the other day because of it.
6-0 Baltimore. And fouled off by Rutschman. They have loaded him up again. And then they're going to send at least 11 guys to hit. And only 54% for the strike rate. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Bayo. And a challenge here.
Pitcher's challenge in the ball call.
No, I mean, right now you're just trying to help him out. If it's close enough, try to steal it. There you go.
Call is overturned. Right, they have two retains now.
So that's strike three, and mercifully ends the inning. Top, then Cedon Rafaela and Wilyer Bray go 1-2-3 before you get to Contreras, doing nothing but getting on base against the Orioles. 343, but the Red Sox are down 6-0. They are facing a pitcher with an ERA near 7 in the lefty Trevor Rogers with a 2-6 record.
Yeah, a 28-year-old. You look at him here making his 11th start, and it's been a rough go of it after a very impressive 2025. 6.84 ERA. Check out his pitching arsenal as well. Brought to you by WB Mason. He's going to run that four-seam fastball around 93. Play the changeup off it, the sinker, cutter, and sweeper.
Ball and a strike on Duran, up to 219. He's hit safely in 10 straight.
Duran got something going on. He took an awkward swing in that 0-0 pitch, an 1-0 pitch. If he rolled his ankle or something, and that one there looked like it affected him as well.
Batting .326 with 4 home runs over the streak. Never had a hit against Rogers. He's 0 for 8. This is 2 pitches back.
Something going on with that right ankle. Just kind of rolled it over right there. When his foot planted. Been shaking it out now with every swing.
Rafaela next, 2-2. Swinging a shot out to right field. Cowser backing up, reaches up, makes the catch on the warning track. So twisted ankle or not, good wood on that, but he lines out to right. One gone.
Defensively for the Orioles, Kobe Mayo back at third base with Henderson, Holiday up the middle, Alonso at first. The outfield left to right, Ward, Tavares, and Cowser with Samuel Basallo doing the catching.
Cedon checking in at 287. 5 home runs. Had 3 hits last night. And also slammed into the wall in center field late in the game.
Yeah, that's a scary moment. Rutschman, first triple of the year, but look at his full speed, looks up, there's the wall, chin hits the wall. Down for a little bit, but for the most part, stayed in that game, looked like he was okay. But just running hard, then looks up and just sees it a step away. Luckily, you got that padding up there now.
Bound to be a little sore. He ended the game with a terrific running catch way out there in center. So he recovered fast. The 0-2. Protective swing, punches that one foul.
It's amazing, in baseball player, you can talk yourself into anything. You give up 6 in the first. Should I go win a ball game by 7? You know, and be the next team to score, try to make 6-2, 6-3.
0-2 wrap foul.
Long way to go.
Well, you and I grew up coming to games at Fenway, and you eventually played professionally here, and you know what it's like, especially on a day like today. The ball can be flying.
Yeah, it's not Randy Johnson on the mound either.
And the 0-2 got him. Fastball, some life on that. 95 miles an hour, and 2 gone.
Yeah, fastball away, just kind of defensive at bat after a while here for Cedon. Tried to get a piece of it, try to get another pitch. Just by him.
A really fine night for Wilyer Abreu last night. Hit his 7th home run, first in 20 games. Down that right field line, and he did some umpiring on it too. Wasn't exactly Pudge Fisk, but he made the call on it. 0-1, little dribbler foul.
It's kind of wild to say, but it was good to see him do it off of a righty.
Right.
You know, I mean, he was in 224 coming this game against right-handed pitching. Just react on the fastball in, nice and short. Keeps the swing short against lefties. Crushing them, 418. That's the #1 average in baseball versus lefties.
Swinging a drive right field again. Cowser backs up to make the catch. That's all for the Sox. They go 1-2-3.
Trail the Orioles 6-0 here in the first inning. Continues to be a head scratcher, guys, for Brian Bello. Just his 2nd true start this month, and Chad Tracy was speaking about it earlier. He said that he earned it, but he also said that for us to be successful, we need Bello to be a starter. To this point in time, I was talking to pitching coach Andrew Bailey, and for him, he said it comes back to count leverage, being on the attack, being efficient, quick innings, generating ground balls, and filling up the zone. And he's having a hard time doing that right now, guys, at least at the outset. We'll see what he does the rest of the way.
You know, he's pitched 4 1/3 innings against the Orioles. He's given up 14 runs. It's good offense, but they are just murdering him.
Well, you know, pounding the strike zone, count leverage, getting ahead, using your stuff. Last outing, you went 7 innings, threw 63 pitches. You just threw 40 in the first. Falling behind guys, not hitting his spots.
Alonso will swing and miss on a sweeper, and he's retired on strikes. 1 out in the 2nd.
That's where you want that sweeper, right? He left this one over the middle, played a little bit more to Ward. He hit a single on it. This one, a few inches off. That's a good swing and miss pitch. Now you got to give him length. Can't go out here and give you 2 1/3. You know, try to get 4. See if you can get 5. Who knows?
Basayo took a walk. First time up, rips a liner. Monasterio with the catch. Andrew Monasterio getting started at second base today. 2 fast outs in front of Taveras. It was 1 for 1 with a base hit.
Almost 108 off the bat. But it's an out.
Taveras takes a big cut, fouls it away at home plate for strike 1.
You go back to 4 hitters in, right? You're giving up a run, but you just got that double play from Alonso. Fell behind Basayo, then he got to the point where he almost had to give in. Tavares gets that little chopper that gets through, but then you walk Hauser. It's just, of course, Mayo double cleared the bases. The big blow.
And you go back to the play at third. And had Durbin held the tag.
2-0 game.
2-0 game.
But got to bear down at some point and execute a pitch.
Well, it's been a huge problem for Bayo. Handling adversity. Back to that play at third.
Yeah, this one here, he'll throw to third base. Gets his foot in there, but then the whole body comes off. Just that tag might have come off that body. He didn't have anything touching the bag at one point.
Red Sox didn't challenge there. And I think probably wisely didn't challenge. Little looper into right field, coming on Abreu, coming on strong. He slides and tries to make the play, and he held on. Nicely done by the Gold Glover, and that'll retire the side. And Willier flashing some leather here. He steals a hit on the sliding play in short right. Jen Ashton, physician nutritionist. You see her on Good Morning America all the time. Big star there. Nancy Brown, CEO, the American Heart Association. Ladies, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you. This is a historic day.
Thank you for having us. We're so proud to be here.
Well, what does it mean to use Fenway Park for this kind of a great day and a great activity?
Well, I mean, I think, first of all, everyone knows how iconic Fenway Park is. And a lot of times there have been some, heroic moments on the field. Usually they take place with baseball players and professional athletes. Today, for the first time, you guys, at a stadium like this, in the Major League Baseball setting, to the scale that we're about to do it, hands-only CPR, bystander CPR, is being taught after the game to 400 people. Truly, lives will be saved today. And it really just speaks volumes to the impact of the Red Sox Foundation collaborating with the American Heart Association. No better place to do it than Red Sox Nation.
And I might add, thank you to Tom Werner and Dr. Jen Ashton, who had a vision for bringing this to the fans in Boston and to helping to save a lot of lives. Jen is a board member of the American Heart Association, and Tom and Jen are generous philanthropists to our mission in women's health, and we're so grateful to be able to be here today to save lives.
Terrific. Nancy, earlier today, you guys are both part of this panel that brought together cardiac arrest survivors, lifesavers, athletes, public health leaders. What were some of the takeaways from those conversations?
Yeah, I think the most important takeaway is everyone can be a first responder. If you take the time to learn hands-only CPR, which you can learn in under 5 minutes, you can save a life. And we heard from people whose lives were saved by CPR, and from a person who saved someone's life from CPR, what a difference it makes. Like, these vibrant people are alive today because someone around them knew how to administer CPR.
And, when you talk about the statistics, over 300,000 Americans suffer an out-of-hospital cardiac arrest every year. The fatality rate is 90%.
Wow.
And that's not because people don't want to help. It's because they feel fear. They feel insecure, like they're going to do damage or harm. And days like today, where you're getting people from the community, athletes, a professional sports team, everyone involved in increasing awareness and education is so impactful, and it's so necessary.
And Dr. Jen, you and your husband, Tom Werner, recently made a $1 million commitment to the American Heart Association and women's health initiatives. What inspired you guys to make that size of an investment?
Well, I think for me as a physician, I'm an OBGYN, so I've dedicated my career to women's health. The daughter of a cardiologist, so that's where the background to my involvement with the American Heart Association came in. And when I became a board member and I started sharing with Tom how most women and their doctors don't know that there are pregnancy complications that are now known risk factors for heart disease. There are certain gynecologic complications or issues, conditions that are known risk factors for heart disease, and one hand wasn't talking to the other. So we really wanted to change that, and I think people in this area are very familiar with Tom's generosity for over 25 years, and so when we talked about it, he said, let's do it. What do you want to do? And I have to say, there are not that many organizations that could implement the change and the gift. You know, we were very clear with Nancy and her team. We wanted to make this gift to improve the lives of women and their clinical care that they receive from their doctors, not 5 years from now. Immediately. And so
and we're doing it.
Can you give them a little
absolutely
tidbit?
You know, thanks to Tom and Jen's vision, we are creating a curriculum where OBGYNs will learn about the cardiovascular conditions that women face, and cardiologists will learn about the OBGYN related health issues. And as Jen said, during a women's life course, they are at higher risk multiple times in their life course, and we need to save lives. Women are underrepresented and undertreated, and the vision of Tom and Jen is going to change that for women in America.
Nancy, Dr. Jen, thanks so much for stopping by. Hugely valuable, and good luck today. This is a great day.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much.
Come learn with us.
We will.
Okay.
We'll be there.
And 6-0 in the top of the third. And guys, Tommy Kahnle has been recalled from AAA Worcester, and the Red Sox have optioned Tyler Samaniego. Kahnle is a changeup specialist, has been absolutely nails for the Woo Sox. 1.40 ERA, 21 strikeouts in 18 games for them. Chad Tracy said it's a good option to have. He can handle both right and left. And he's been working on his velocity down there, throwing his fastball a little more to keep people off the changeup. Trey said it was cool to have him down there when he was there, given his experience in the game, because he was still trying to master his craft despite having such a long career to this point. But he's made a career making that changeup play, guys, and people know it's coming, and he's still been able to get outs.
That's been the case throughout his past. That really dances. Mike, thank you very much. Underway here in the third inning, 6-0 Baltimore. And it's Cowser, Mayo, and Holiday, bottom third of the order against Bayo. Did get him 1-2-3. Got a outstanding defensive play from Abreu to help that last inning after a terrible first inning.
Nine-pitch second. Kind of just keep putting up zeros, try to get some length. It is what it is. Can't control the pass at this point.
The 2-2 and filed away by Cowser. He took a walk in that inning in the first. He would score. That walk loaded the bases for the Mayo 3-run double, which came moments later. And almost everything that can go wrong almost did go wrong for Bayo in the opening inning. And a 2-2 to Cowser. Now looking around the big leagues, we mentioned the Tampa Bay Rays, who have been slumping. They've lost 8 out of 10 and 3 in a row. They still have a 1-game lead over the Yankees. Going into play today. Tampa Bay idle today. AL Central, it's Cleveland with a 2.5 game lead over the Chicago White Sox. How about that? White Sox have been maybe the major surprise in baseball on the positive end. And Seattle with a 2-game lead on the Athletics in the West. After a slow start, the Mariners are getting going. The Atlanta Braves still the best record in Major League Baseball, 42-20, 9.5 games over the Phillies. Looked like he swung the bat, and he did. On the sweeper, he's going to be retired on strikes. Cowser fans, one away.
He finally gets him to fish here a little bit. It's a big out, lead off walk. Get that out, kind of restart here after a very long at bat. Mayo that really burned you in that first inning with that 3-run double.
Yeah, wall ball with the bases loaded. He cleaned him off. Batting stats presented by your local Honda dealers. Jackson Holiday on deck. The Dodgers have suddenly opened up a 7-game lead on San Diego. in the NL West. You knew that was a matter of time before they would really get rocking and rolling. They've got some separation. Padres have lost 4 straight. Arizona had been playing very well. They've dropped 2 straight, but they were 7.5 behind. 0-2, fouled away.
I almost feel like the Dodgers treat a 162-game season as extended spring training.
Right.
You know, let's just get a few things in. You know, limit the pitch count a little bit. You want to get some at bats? Here we go. You play. I'm going to give you a little day off. No big deal. Let's skip a start here and there. Just make sure you're ready in October.
Yeah, nurse your guys who are injured. You know, take your time with them. Hey, whenever you can make it back.
Yeah.
So we know we're going to the playoffs.
Yep. We know who we are. Mayo got a good one there off that foot. It looked like.
Trainer coming out along with the manager to check on him.
Well, was it his knee? Yeah, it was his knee, inside of that knee, just above the guard.
6'8". That's a long leg. So he's going to need a moment. Milwaukee Brewers have a 5.5 game lead over St. Louis in the Central. And that's the last team the Red Sox won a series against at Fenway Park this season. That was in the early days of April.
Yeah, while he's nursing this, we go back to that first inning. We were talking about that Durbin tag, and obviously they probably felt like he didn't hold that tag at third base. This would have been a 2-0 ball game. It looked like he maybe did. Apparently, Chad Tracy was attempting to challenge this, and it wasn't given to him. They ran out of time. 15 seconds. They wanted to challenge it. I think he did. If he did hold it again, that's a 2-0 ball game. 4 more runs were put up in the first. You had 15 seconds to challenge it.
Here's the 0-2 to Mayo. And he'll crack that one to short. Big hop for Connor Falefa. 2 gone. So nothing went right in the first inning.
No.
And who knows if you burn that challenge early, but usually if you're trying it that early, you feel pretty darn good about it. So 2 down here for Holiday, who took a walk in the first. Number 9 hitter. He was not the last man to stand in. After him, Ward had a run scoring single, and there was the error by Contreras at first. Oh, it looked like the third out, but it came free and spilled out of the glove. And 0-2 here on Holiday. Base is empty, 2 down. Bayo's at 64 pitches with 2 down in the third. And the 0-2. Holiday signing a big deal, selected first overall in the 22 draft. Hasn't played much this year because he's been hurt. Taylor Ward on deck, leadoff man, who's a perfect 2 for 2 already today. And a high fly left field down into the corner. Duran on a run and reaches up and makes the play. And that'll retire the side. So after the 6 runs, he's gotten the next 6 batters in order. Home half of the third, 6-0 the Orioles as Caleb Durbin gets in and hits that one sharply, but a diving play by Mayo at third to steal it. Durbin, who's been hitting the ball hard, did it again but denied a hit as the 6'8" third baseman laid out.
The first pitch, this ball smoke. He's right at the edge of the grass looking for that bunt. Now you don't get any rewards for hitting the ball hard. Duran and Abreu and now Durbin all kind of smoked the ball out to right field. First couple guys, and then this one here. Should get some balls to fall here and get some guys on base.
Narvaez next out of the 8-hole, hitting .220 with a couple of home runs. And then we check out the home run odds presented by FanDuel. But
Batter's challenging the call to strike.
Challenge this situation here. You're hoping that it looked like it was up. Hopefully it's egregious, and it is. And that's what Tracy was talking about.
Have 2 challenges left.
A little hesitant earlier, a little more aggressive early in games now, but it's got to be something like that. Don't just give them away strikes.
1.4 inches. That might as well be a foot.
Yeah. So you lose a whole bunch, and you don't want to, challenge something like that. That's obvious because it's early in the game, but that's the ones you still want to be aggressive and try to get it back.
Sox seem to be improving in that category. They have been practicing game situations to use ABS a little bit better. Here comes the 2-1. And off the end of the bat, flick foul out of play, 2-2. Game number 61 today. Red Sox 10.5 out. Last place at 26-34. Two lifted down the right field line, headed toward the stand. So is Cowser. He is there to make the catch in fair territory. And 2 down. Connor Wong next. Home run odds presented by FanDuel. Connor looking for his first. It has been a while. Last home run September of 24. Almost 300 at bats ago.
Given that timeline, you think the odds would be a little higher.
For a couple of minutes, he thought he had one. We all did in Cleveland. Was taken away, ruled a double. But he had the Wally helmet on for a few seconds anyway.
Yeah.
Got to appreciate that.
Put it on. They broke it out last year, so he's never worn it.
2-0. Ground ball at short. Henderson with the dig. And the Red Sox will go in order for the 3 consecutive innings here to start this one. So back for the 4th inning, 6-0 Baltimore, and Taylor Ward has 2 hits today. Started the game with a double. He singled his next at bat. Those were both in the 1st inning. Hitting .259. Just a couple of home runs. Backs away on a ball. And 2-0. Henderson on deck, and then Rutschman. They exploded for 6 in the 1st inning, sent 12 men to hit. And a ground ball. Friendly hop there for Kiner Falefa. Go back to that 1st inning for Bale.
We talk about Narvi back there behind the plate. This was 1st and 3rd when there was only 1-0 at the time. Narvi wanted to come out. He waved him back. He said, "No, don't come out here. We're good." Narvi just kept coming. No matter how many times he told him to stop coming out, Narvi still wanted to talk to him. And these 2 guys, I remember last year they switched it to Connor Wong catching him. And there was a lot of success. You look at some of the career numbers with the catchers here from Brian Bayo between Narvi and Wong. It's pretty glaring. Of course, a lot of that last year when Bayo had a 3.25 ERA with Connor. I remember Cora talking about it, and he was joking about it, but he's just like, well, they're both emotional guys. And it just sometimes doesn't click. And Connor maybe a little more passive dealing with him, but these 2 just, I don't know. And I think that 1st inning, Narvi, I think, does the right thing to try to calm him down. He doesn't want any part of it, and he's trying to get on the same page.
Henderson hit by a pitch. He's also reached on an error today. Flies that one to center field. Cedon back into the track and reaches up casually to make the play. Bayo suddenly getting everybody out.
Well, the second inning. Right? I mean, the ERA over 16 now in the first. You know, he faced 12 batters in the first inning. The last time a Red Sox starter faced 12 hitters in the first was 1920.
We're doing too much referencing to the 20s and 30s and not in a positive way lately. A lot of that around the Red Sox home record, but this one around Bayo's first inning, which was gruesome. Rutschman had a base hit in that first. He has since struck out. And the count on him 0-2.
It's a strange one. I mean, last time he had two great spots in that bulk roll. They gave him the Atlanta start, 3 in the first, 2 in the second. Came back a couple of good outings in that reliever role. So you give him this one, and it's 6 in the first. And then throwing strikes and putting up zeros after that. I mean, after that last one, not 7 innings, 63 pitches. I was like, you got to start him. You know, you can't keep doing an opener. You got guys like Samaniego and Moran who are too valuable in this bullpen, throwing the ball well out of the pen. Openers weren't getting it done. But it's the second time now they tried to give it to him, and I don't, got to be opener. Got to be an opener.
You have no choice. Assuming he's remaining in the rotation with Crochet out for an undetermined period of time. When yanked foul and got inside the Red Sox dugout in a heartbeat. And that was Andrew Bailey who almost got smoked. Red Sox pitching coach dancing out of the way. Might have got Epi too there. Careful, men. 0-2 pitch. Fouled away. It can be a dangerous place there. Craig Almernaz, the manager of the Orioles, got hit in the face early in the season by a shot into the dugout. Busted his jaw. Two down, nobody aboard. Red Sox trail 6-0. He's made a full recovery, but he is, what'd you say, 11 pounds lighter?
12.
12.
Just kind of now on solid foods. Still struggling.
And then the 0-2 pitch from Bayo. And off the corner. Ninth pitch of this at bat for Rutschman. He does have a couple of home runs against Bayo in his career. This is pitch number 82. And yanked to first base for Contreras. He will underhand toss for Bayo to get the out. And since that terrible first inning, he has not allowed a base runner. Fourth inning, Red Sox do not have a hit yet against Trevor Rogers. And Duran, with his second look at him, fouls that one away. Hit the ball very hard his first time up, and he lined out to deep right.
Yeah, he and Abreu both smoked the ball in the first inning, but right at Cowser out there in right field.
And Durbin had a hit stolen on a diving play by the third baseman. The 0-1. We were kind of joking when the Red Sox got down 6-0. Well, they're not going to have to face Randy Johnson today. And to hold that thought, Red Sox don't have anybody who's reached base yet. This is a guy with a 6.84 ERA coming in.
Yeah, it's been a tough goal. Remember last year, 18 games started for Rogers. He went 9-3 with a 1.81. It was just, this is the guy we traded for from Miami. And this year it's been a tough go of it all year.
And that is in for a strike, including against the Red Sox. They got him for 3 runs in just an inning and 2/3 back in April. That was the 17-1 game.
Yeah, they got him. His last outing was against Toronto. He went 6 innings, gave up 4. But all 4 of those when he came out in the 7th. It was 6 scoreless against the Blue Jays. It came out in the 7th and it just blew up on him. Gave up 4 in that game. But 6 scoreless.
2-2 on the way to Duran. He has a 10-game hitting streak. Puts that in play, but right at the first baseman, Alonso. He'll dive ahead. Polar Bear splashing down to get the out. So that's 10 consecutive Red Sox retired by Rogers.
He feels this ball fine, and all of a sudden looks up, sees Duran. Then there's a little bit of panic. Wants to dive and get that glove in the bag. Kind of plenty of time.
It's kind of dramatic.
Just wanted to get dirty.
I think so. Cedon 0 for 1 with a K. Brian Bayo labored to throw 40 pitches in the first inning. He has thrown 42 in the last 3. But gave up 6 immediately. Swinging and a miss on the fastball, 0-2. And a 2-strike pitch and puts him away. Strike 3. Went back to the 4-seamer and fans stayed on. 2 down.
Rogers right now. It's hard too, you know, as an offense. You're down 6-0. Haven't been scoring some runs here lately. You sort of kind of feel defeated. You have down 6, haven't even hit yet.
Wilyer Abreu 0 for 1. He hit the ball hard first time up as well. Deep drive to right, but it was caught. He'll take ball 1. Wilyer had a terrific interview yesterday with Lou out in right field, talking about what he does defensively and the science behind it, what goes through his mind, lining up every inning. If he wins another one, it'll be a 3rd Gold Glove. 2026. Here's the 2-0. And a ball. He's already made a really fine play today. Charging in, a little pop up to short right field to make the catch. Well, Rogers goes to 3-0, and that's a strike. Red Sox just want to put a runner at first base.
Get him in the stretch, see if he can get something changing. Very comfortable in this windup. Been there the whole game.
And finally a base runner on ball 4. So Abreu is aboard. Time now for the All-State Good Hands replay and the play by Wilyer earlier.
Is the catch you were talking about. One of the strengths he told me was his anticipation. And he showed great anticipation here on that one. A good first step. And coming in, making a beautiful diving catch to end that 2nd inning.
Now here's Contreras 0 for 1 with a strikeout. You mentioned the great Randy Johnson, gigantic lefty. 2009 on this date he won his 300th. Contreras, and he went 0-2. You faced the big unit?
I did. I hit a home run off him. And I don't have a book. I got a pamphlet. So I only got a few guys in there. The fact that he's in there, I hit it at Qualcomm in San Diego, 2 for 5 off the unit.
Dude.
Punch me out 3 times. I win.
Take that and run.
You ain't kidding. I ran fast. He looks angry.
He always did. 0-2. Popped up. In the short right field. Holiday's out there battling the sun, but he'll make the play. Red Sox finally get a base runner. 6-0 Baltimore. Three-game series before the Red Sox move on to New York and Tampa. Pete Alonso will lead things off against Brian Bayo. There was not a lot of base run in the last 3 innings after falling behind 6-0 in the first. And the big first baseman hit into a double play in that first inning, gave the Red Sox hope that they could get out with relatively little damage. It was not to be true. And you had a walk, a base hit, a walk, a 3-run double, another walk, an RBI single. Wheels came off quickly.
Well, I'll tell you what, the power in his sinker is still there. We saw it last game. He averaged 96.1. The year average is about 94.5. Today, 96.6. It's going to really make that changeup more effective, but changeup really hasn't been today. It's a swing and miss pitch for him. It's 10 times, 0 swing and misses on his changeup. They're calling that a foul ball.
0-2. Pete Alonso twice has won the home run derby. 38 home runs his last year with the Mets last year. 1-2 pitch. And a base hit into left. First man who's reached first base for Baltimore since the opening inning.
Win big with the Red Sox Foundation 50-50 raffle. It's presented by Whoop. You can buy tickets at redsox.com/5050 through the 8th inning of today's game for a chance to win half of the net jackpot. See official rules for full details.
Basayo will climb in. He's walked and scored. He's also hit a rocket shot to second. Monasterio with a catch.
That's the first swing and miss right there in that changeup.
Alonso off the bag at first. And the 0-1. Rifles that one down the right field line, but foul into the stands. 0-2, another change. He was a little more ready for that one. Basayo called up last year at the age of 21. They signed him to an 8-year extension. He's in the fold for a while at Camden Yards.
Yeah, and 0-2 on him. Now 89 pitches. Now in that first inning he threw 40 pitches, 22 strikes. Since then, 49 pitches, 37 strikes. He's throwing strikes.
Swinging a shot, drilled out to right. That one's going to slam off that side fence. Heading into third is Alonso. Into second, Basayo. Here comes the runner trying to score, and the throw comes in far too late. Another run in. Basayo rips a double. 7-0. You can see the bat speed for that young man.
Yeah, he's a scary hitter. I didn't really like this matchup too much. That's why in that first inning when he did walk him, I didn't really mind it all that much. It was just Tavares burns you with a knock, but hit a ball one away that Monasterio caught his last at bat, then jumps all over this one as well.
Came off the bat at 112.4. And here's Tavares hit an RBI single, first time up. He'll chop that one foul. So 7-0 Baltimore. They get their first run since the opening inning off Bayo. Nobody throwing in the Sox bullpen. Back-to-back hits by Alonso and Basayo.
Yeah, this guy's hitting the first. He's one that really kind of broke your back a little bit. It was 1-0 at the time. You had 2 outs. You just beat a ball into the ground over Contreras' head to make it 2-0. Then the floodgates open.
First 2 games at Yankee Stadium Friday and Saturday will be night games, 7:05 and 7:35. Saturdays is a Fox game. Sonny Gray goes in the opening tilt against the lefty Ryan Weathers. Rangers Suarez in game 2, Connolly early in game 3 on Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, Warren and then Schlittler. Miss Cole and Rodon.
Polar bear trying to stay cool on a day that started at 88 degrees. First pitch. So checking out the pitching matchups coming up in the Bronx.
You know, once again, you feel really good, right? Gray, Suarez early going into that. See the ERAs, low 3s. Of course, Schlittler sort of stands out there on Sunday. That'll be a good one with him in early. A repeat of that wild card game. The matchup.
Yes. There's a chance to be a low scoring series, but again, it is Yankee Stadium. 2-2 from Bayo, nobody out. Hot shot up the middle, snatched by Connor Falefa. Fine play to get the out. And a runner at third cannot score. Messiah moving up 90 feet. Another one hit sharply.
That's a nice play by Izzy. A lot of bodies in front of him. Right through the pitcher's leg. Sometimes you don't see it. He's able to range out to get it. Looked like a little bit of a bobble, but was able to stay with it. Just a little stumble more than anything with his feet.
Infield drawn in for Colton Cowser, who took a walk first trip and struck out the next one. Runner at third, so he can make it out. Fly ball to decent depth and bring in the 8th run of the day for Baltimore. And a 1-0. Fouled away. Roman Anthony, that was headed his way, that last foul ball into the netting there.
Still got that little stim on that hand.
No, 1-1 pitch. That's a strike. Seven runs, 7 hits for Baltimore. Sox don't have a hit yet against Rogers. Basayo off third, fouled away. Giovanni Moran now throwing in the bullpen for the Sox. First man who's been up here today. Bayo's ERA has gone from 5.63 to 6.27 today. He has now thrown over 100 pitches. 101.
Right.
And that is a season high for him. Infield in close and a 1-2. Let that one go downstairs. Change up 2-2. So any way you cut it, this is going to be his last inning.
102 pitches.
114 is his career high, by the way. The 2-2. Swinging a high fly into right field. Abreu lining that one up. Basayo will tag. Here he comes. Here's the throw to the plate. He will dive in safely. It got away from Narvaez anyway. And it is 8-0. So Cowser with a fly ball deep enough. He'll pick up the sac fly and another run in. 2 in this inning.
Well, he gained some momentum, just a little bit too deep out there. You know, the strong arm from Abreu. 94.1 miles an hour on average from Abreu. That's 7th best arm in the league.
So base is empty for Mayo. He had the most damaging hit in that first inning with bases loaded. He doubled off the monster. 8-0 Baltimore in the 5th inning. Tried to hold up. He went around. And the count 0-2 on Mayo.
Amazing. You come off that win last night, thinking, okay, maybe you can win a series. You haven't won it since Milwaukee in the opening homestand. You come into it 1-7-1 in 9 series here at home. You could be 1-8-1 if you don't put up 9 here somehow.
Such a different team on the road.
1-8-1.
Yeah. It feels like normal baseball on the road with the Red Sox. Where they've been very, very competitive. 1-2's outside.
But you came in here kind of a little different feel, you know, after last night.
Yeah.
Rogers on the mound, feeling he had a shot. But again, it's talk about momentum. It's a starting pitcher. 6 runs in the first, just popped that balloon.
Yep. Been true for over 100 years, right? Momentum is the next day's starter. 2-2 from the right-hander. And a swing and a miss to strike him out with a sweeper, but they're going to pick up 2 more runs. 8-0 Baltimore. Midway point, 8-0 Baltimore, and Rogers is not allowed to hit to the Red Sox, and Kiner Falefa trying to disrupt that. He is 0 for 1 with a pop-up. 8 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Orioles. Kiner Falefa will fly that one into left center field, but Ward will close on that to make the catch. 1 man out.
Tune in tomorrow at 6:30. Red Sox Game Day Live. It's presented by Plymouth Rock. You can get the latest Red Sox news, plus a full preview of the 3-game series against the New York Yankees. Only on NESN, streaming on NESN 360.
Monasterio next. Before the game, there was a beautiful lady who visited us in the booth. That lady in red. Lou, any idea?
That would be Sandra Merloni. That is my mom. That Fenway, I think for the first time since I played.
That's what she said.
Yeah. Yeah. She came in to say hello to everybody.
Boy, did she. She lights up a room, I'll tell you. She is absolutely lovely. And just a pleasure. Got a great sense of humor. She said, now, if Lou gets out of line, you have my permission to smack him upside the head. I said, did he ever get hit as a kid? She said, no, he's a good boy. He's a good boy.
You should tell all my teachers that in high school, too. Times have changed a little bit.
That's what you said.
You know?
Thank God they have, yeah.
Yeah, she would. She'd tell him. If you ever acts up in class, just give him a smack. I'll give you okay. No big deal.
Said you never. Nobody ever did. You're so well behaved.
No, I was a good boy.
Monasterio. Fly ball deep center field. Tavares backing up. He can't get it. And the Red Sox finally get a hit. Monasterio into second base with a stand-up double. And Tavares, very good outfielder, but couldn't reach it. And he was 1 down in the bottom of the 5th. The Red Sox finally in the hit column.
Well, finally, right? You hit some balls hard. This one here, Monasterio gets a real good piece of it. Just hits it too deep. Nice to see these guys driving balls over outfielders' heads. They're doing a lot more lately. Not much here today, but just out of the reach. You know, it's 8-0 here, but you still like to see the bats kind of keep going a little bit. It's been a different story the last 12 games.
Durbin hits another one sharply, and a bobble here by Henderson, and he's not going to get him. Monasterio holding it second. That ball hard again. He was denied a hit on the line drive. It was caught by Mayo at third base his first time up.
We'll see what they give this one here. He does have to go a long ways, but you know, backhand set and throw. You're going to give it a hit out of the gate, which is beautiful. I was just saying, last 12 games, they're averaging over 5 runs a game. 5.3. The swinging the bats, hitting with guys in scoring position. Even though you're down 8-0, you still like to put 4, 5, 6, 7 on the board here if you can. Still got more than half the game to go. This guy's run out of gas his last outing in Toronto.
2 on and 1 out. Narvaez will hit a chopper, and Mayo will have it to second for an out on to first, and a double play to retire the side. 8 runs all earned on 7 hits. A disastrous first inning, then gave up a couple his last inning in the 5th.
Yeah, it's hard to ignore it. He's wanting you to, by the way he pitches out of that bullpen, to give him another start, but try to find an opener to put up a 0, then give him the second.
One way to go, I guess. Time now for the Ford employee pricing call to the bullpen. It'll be the left-hander Moran to take over in the 6th inning. Red Sox got 2 hits finally off Rogers. Durbin was given credit for a base hit that extends his hitting streak to 7 in a row on a bobble by Henderson.
This is a role that Giovanni has been very good at, making his 18th appearance out of the bullpen. He's got a 1.93 ERA, only 12 hits in 28 innings.
Jackson Holiday with a walk and a fly out to left. He'll fly this one to center field. Cedon makes the catch for the first out.
Take a look at Moran's arsenal. It's presented by New England area Audi dealers. He's got that fastball. He leads with that and the changeup for the most part. Throw a little cutter in there as well. Sweeper, mainly the lefties. Coming out of the pen's not the problem. He's got 3 openers here for Brian Bayo. His ERA is 15. 7 hits in 3 innings.
Taylor Ward 2 for 3, double and a single.
I mean, look at these splits. He said 3 starts. It just hasn't gone well, but as a reliever.
Up the middle, base hit. Another 3-hit game here for Ward. 3 hits yesterday. He may not be hitting home runs, but he's getting on base. Certainly in this series. Started the ball game with a double. First man to bat against Bayo, and they were off to the races. And here comes Gunnar Henderson. Scored a run in that first inning as well when he was hit by a pitch. You're mentioning your mom visiting your beautiful mother, and I think back to Good Friday when Chef Ron came in and a little surf and turf for us, and the question of you having a little steak there, having some meat on Good Friday came up.
Yeah, couldn't do it.
Could not, and
I think you had a friend, might have been a priest, text you and said that it's okay because Jesus would forgive me.
That's what he said.
Like I told you, I wasn't worried about Jesus. I was worried about that woman in red.
She is something. She's beautiful.
Sandra saw me eat meat on Good Friday.
Oh yeah, you're not coming home.
She dragged me down a confession.
1-1, half swing and a pop up, and Durbin there to make the catch. 2 down. With Rutschman coming up next. Well, a lot of these fans came to the ballpark hoping to see what they saw last night, which was the Red Sox, I think, best performance at home all year, all around. Pitching, defense, obviously the offense with 15 hits, 8 runs. It was not to be in that first inning. Swing and a miss on a changeup.
You know, that next start would come against Tampa. Game 2.
Down at the Trop. Yankees and the Guardians are 1-1 in the 7th. Yankees can pull within a half game of first place on idle Tampa Bay if they win that. Two down, a 1-1, and a bounder to third. Durbin will collect it and get the force play to retire the side. Here to the last half of the 6th inning. Dave, Lou, and Jemai with you. As Connor Wong puts it in play at third, Mayo to his left has a good strong arm. And Connor Wong's 0 for 2. You know, CVS is proud to be a part of Red Sox Nation and all the communities we call home, delivering trusted care, everyday essentials, and support that goes beyond the prescription. You can learn more at CVS.com. A beautiful day at Fenway, except for the scoreboard here, as Jarren Duran gets in. He's trying to keep alive a hitting streak. He's hit safely in 10 straight, 0 for 2 today. Red Sox 3-2 against Baltimore so far. The Orioles are back here after the All-Star break. Red Sox go to the All-Star break. Red Sox go to Camden Yards in September for a 4-game series. Trevor Rogers came in with a high ERA and a 2-6 record. He has not looked like that pitcher. He looked to hold. Trevor Rogers came in with a high ERA and a 2-6 record. He has not looked like that pitcher. He looked to hold, and he did.
This is a spot where he was his last start, 6 scoreless against Toronto. And his pitch count was very similar. Just in the 7th, he ran out of gas, gave up 4. You wonder if he'd stretch him to that 7th again if he can get through this one.
This will be his 68th pitch. Up the middle, ranging Henderson, excellent range, and got him. Makes that look pretty easy. And 2 down. In front of Cedar Rafaela. Rogers has had 3 starts in which he's allowed 6 runs or more.
You mentioned inning and 2/3. The last time you saw him down in Baltimore, 4 hits. You got 3 runs off him. 62 pitches in an inning and 2/3. He's at 68, 5 and 2/3 today.
And frankly, he's one of the reasons they have the number 13 ERA in the American League. But he's allowed only 2 hits so far, and only 3 men have reached base. And Cedon's not one of them. He struck out twice. And Cedon's not one of them. He struck out twice.
That's his last 7 starts. 8 home runs.
0-2, smack foul.
That's his last 7 starts. 8 home runs.
0-2, smack foul. Now, one thing coming in, 3 career starts at Fenway. His ERA here in Boston, 1.40. In fact, he made 2 starts last season here at Fenway. Gave up 1 run.
Oh, last season was a different guy again. 9-3, 181. Hit 180 off him. 100, almost 110 innings too.
Abreu on deck, nobody on base. And the 2-strike pitch to Rafaela. He'll foul that back upstairs. And the 2-strike pitch to Rafaela. He'll foul that back upstairs. Cedon last night slamming into the wall, which thank goodness is padded. Trying to make a play. Foul back. Great to be young. Trying to make a play. Foul back. Great to be young. He's able to recover pretty quickly. Was going after that ball. It was 8-0. That was impressive. Here's the 0-2. Little chopper foul to hang in there. Hitting .284 here into the month of June. Looking to get on base for the first time today against the lefty. spoiled that one. Another changeup. So this next one, the 10th pitch of this at bat. He's had a few of these this year. Going up the middle and a diving play. Henderson. He can't make the play though. That's going to be a base hit for Cedon. 10 pitch at bat. And on with a single.
Hey, nice job kind of fouling off some tough pitches. Again, people, when they talk about Cedon, the idea is he is swinging a lot less this year, and they're like he's chasing less. Well, he chased about 5 pitches in this at bat, including less this year, and they're like he's chasing less. Well, he chased about 5 pitches in this at bat, including the one he just got a hit on, and then that's one of the things about him. He's talented. 2 strikes, he battles early in count, though he's being more patient, getting in better hitter counts, and that's why you see that average where it is.
Yeah, he's become a better bad ball hitter this year than he has been. 1 for 3 today.
For him, it's about putting 6 months together.
Yes.
Right? Another step, because last year we did see this. Remember, 271 going into the All-Star break. He had 14 home runs. The second half, it was about a 2-month slump. He kind of woke up again in September, but it was finished second half 218. The second half, it was about a 2-month slump. He kind of woke up again in September, but it was finished second half 218. Third year in the league. Okay, now put 5 months together, 6 months together.
Williard takes a big hack. He is 0 for 1 with a walk.
Big part of it.
A number of really big home runs in that first half too. Big hits period. Red Sox only have 3 hits against. Red Sox only have 3 hits against Rogers so far. And the 0-2. Ground ball. And there's another one into right field. Rafaela rounding on his way into third. It's dropped by Cowser. Going to hold him. And Red Sox have men on the corners with 2 out.
Well, you're just at average going up against lefties. See that little changeup at 87. Just stays on it, keeps that front shoulder in, really short against lefties. 1 for 2 here today with a walk. Came in 418. That led all of baseball against lefties. This is a guy that wasn't facing lefties before.
Right-hander Cano up in their pen. And so let's see if Rogers is starting to run out of gas. He's at 81. 2 on. Red Sox trying to break through on the scoreboard with Wilson Contreras coming up. Rogers did go 6 full against Toronto in a no decision in his last one. Trying to complete 6 here. Has a big lead, 8-0. Wilson on the day has struck out and popped up 0 for 2. Trying to get 3 back right there. Contreras is on a season high 15 game on base streak. He had 1 longer, and that was last year with the Cardinals, 27 in a row. First and third with 2 out, and in there for a strike. 1-2. Challenge.
Batter challenge and call a strike.
Ooh, boy.
Call confirmed.
Sure is. Shaking his head.
Challenge there.
Wow.
So Red Sox with 1 left. It was a meaty strike.
Yeah, it was.
1-2 pitch. And a sky-high pop-up coming over Mayo, the third baseman, leaning in, but it's into the boxes. So they'll do it again at 1-2. I mentioned this earlier. Wilson with really good numbers against Baltimore in his career. He's hit 6 home runs in only 17 games against the O's. For Rogers, this will be his 86th pitch. Red Sox have 4 hits over the last 2 innings. Against the southpaw. Rockets that one wickedly into that netting. Boy, that's one you're really thankful the netting's there.
Yeah.
Really thankful.
Could have saved a lot of people when Kevin Millar was playing here. Yes. Kev loved just hooky hairs. Hook it into that corner.
Two down, 2 aboard. And base hit into left field. Red Sox are on the scoreboard. Cedar Rafaela charging home. 3 consecutive hits off Rogers. And it's 34 runs batted in now for Wilson.
Extends that on base streak to 16 games, 11 RBIs in that stretch, hitting .411. Just been so consistent from day one. Just always checking in. Looks like that's going to do it for Rogers.
It will, as the manager is out. A little bit of a chat here. Cano is warmed and ready.
Or not. All right. Have a little discussion. You trying to stay in?
Going to make the call here. So they will go to the pen. Day is done for Rogers. No hit the Red Sox to the first 4. But the last 2 innings he's given up 5 hits and he is done for the day. Fenway 8-1 Baltimore, but the Red Sox have a couple of base runners. Yennier Cano, right-hander, will take over on the mound. Rogers departs.
Yeah, big sinker guy, bowling ball, 61% ground ball rate. He's got a good split slider to go with it. Tough against righties, but he's been getting hit here lately.
Ground ball right at third base for Mayo. He'll tap the bag. The force play retires the side as he gets Connor Falefa into the force.
Had it, guys. The 4-seam fastball, cutter, changeup.
Pete Alonso will lead it off, taking ball 1. 1 for 3 on the day. And then Basayo and then Taveras.
Giovanni back out there for a second inning. You know, Ryan Watson did a nice job last night giving you 3 to keep a bullpen fresh. Just a little surprised he's out there for a second. You just sent down Tyler Samaniego. Going to roll in the Yankee Stadium here tomorrow.
Going to need lefties.
You'd think. Well, the addition of Canley, you know, you still got Coulomb out there. Canley is always, for his whole life, been more effective against lefties. That changeup is a demon.
And the 3-0 pitch to Big Pete, and a strike. He's hit a dozen home runs. Got off to a chilly start with his new team, but he's caught fire. Has the count his way, and he's going to take ball 4.
Friday, June 12th. Be one of the first 7,500 fans through the gates. You can score an exclusive Red Sox soccer scarf. It's presented by Coca-Cola. Grab your tickets now at redsox.com/tickets. Get you ready for the World Cup.
Yeah, scarf. That's big in soccer. Football, if you prefer. Swinging a high foul out of play by Basayo.
We're going to be out in Seattle I think, for one of the games. Right? Actually, it's USA in Seattle. I think it's Australia they're playing on a Friday.
Be a good match.
I think they're midday. We play at night.
Are you thinking of hopping over?
I think it's going to be so chaotic. I usually take a scooter to the field from the hotel. Seattle. I don't know if I'll be able to.
May not. Boy, that is a hot soccer market there.
It's going to be insane that weekend.
Yeah, it will be. It's a blast, though.
Well, it's just not any, World Cup game. Every, Foxborough will be crazy. Boston will be crazy. But Team USA will be in Seattle when we're there.
Sam's Army, as they say, filed away.
I heard tickets are cheap.
Yeah, they're easy to get.
Easy to get.
Inexpensive.
I heard you were going to rent a box for that game, just like 30 people.
Is that what you heard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that's really nice, Obi.
That was not something I remember agreeing to, those prices, but mortgage the house. 1-2 on the way to Samuel Basayo, and he will cut and foul tip it to the mitt. Down he goes on strikes, one away. But it's a great event, spectacular. Doesn't come around very often.
No, it should be a fun weekend. Just the atmosphere being around it.
It'll be nuts, as you say. Tavares 1 for 3, singled and scored a run in the first. 276, 2 home runs. Good change, 0-2. Yankees and the Guardians are in the bottom of the 7th inning in New York in a 1-1 game. Red Sox bouncing from New York to Tampa Bay. We'll see the top 2 teams inside the division. Tampa Bay right now with a 1-game lead on New York. And you have Toronto. Blue Jays are struggling, though. They dropped 4 straight. And the Orioles and then the Sox inside the AL East. That's 2-2.
Yankees just went up 2-1. Ryan McMahon singled late. Still in the 7th.
2-2 to Tavares. Swing and a miss to strike him out. Steady diet of changeups. Heat fans.
It's a good one. That's his money pitch. That's why it's nice he comes in here if he gives you length, or in this day and age, the 3-hitter minimum. He comes in those middle 6th, 7th innings, bottom of the order. There's a lot of pinch hit opportunities, right? Righty's going to be in there, going to be able to get them out as well, and he can.
Sends up Colton Cowser. Good power here. He's driven in a run with a sac fly. One of the 12 who batted in the top of the 1st inning against Bayo today. If you missed that, they scored 6 times. He drew a walk. He was aboard when Mayo cleared the bases with a double. Drove in 3. Another change, 0-2.
That 1st inning, you look at it. Hit Gunnar Henderson, the 2nd hitter of the game, with a cutter in off the foot. 3 more walks. This one hers right before that base clearing double. 2 outs. A couple of 2-out walks.
Pete Alonso started this inning by taking ball 4. Basayo and Tavares have been struck out. We're in the 7th inning. Red Sox with a strong win last night, unable to follow that up today as that's fouled away. And that has been the story of the year at Fenway. Red Sox had 10-20 at Fenway Park. Two and 2. Now 1 on and 2 out. And the lefty's 2-2. And he's going to run it full. Man in the shadows is Kobe Mayo. He would hit next. Runner goes 3-2. Struck him out. Off speed pitch does. He strikes out 3 in a row after the walk.
Look at Trevor Rogers, 5 2/3. Scattered 5 hits when he gave up a run. Did most of his damage. He's just a couple of sweepers and changeups, but everything. Sinker, 4-seamer, got 12 outs.
And Anthony Siegler is just called up from the Woo Sox yesterday. Get his first at bat of the season at the big league level. Hitting .298 in 30 games with the Woo Sox. Does have big league experience. Tyler Wells out of their bullpen. He becomes their third pitcher. 8-1 Baltimore into the bottom of the 7th. And he'll knock that one foul.
This kid was a first-round pick by the Yankees. 23rd overall in 2018 as a catcher. Went through the minor leagues. Brewers picked him up. Had a nice year in Nashville AAA for them. .285 with 8 home runs in just 72 games. And got 34 games with the Brewers last year. Came over in that Durbin Monasterio trade that sent Harrison and others.
We'll take that one up and away in the count 1-2. Native American. One of 2 players of Navajo descent. Jacoby Ellsbury, of course. And a 1-2 pitch from the righty. And flicked into left field. Coming on board to make the play. 1 down in the Red Sox 7th. Durbin next. Well, this one pretty darn sleepy since the Red Sox fell behind 6-0 in the top of the first. Red Sox with only a couple of scoring chances. Took advantage of one in the 6th inning. Wilson Contreras coming through with an RBI single, put the Red Sox on the scoreboard, but that's been it. 5 hits for Boston. Durbin had one robbed in the 3rd inning on an outstanding diving play by the third baseman Mayo. Came back with a base hit his next time, so he has a 7-game hitting streak. In there for a strike.
And during that 6-game hitting streak coming in, it's also a 6-game extra on base streak. Did a lot of doubles. His first triple during that stretch as well.
Big swing, but a pop up into right. Cowser in, and so is Tavares, the center fielder. He's got it. 2 down.
For him, I don't think he minds the flyouts as much as like the 5-3, 6-3. It's one thing that you look at the last 2 weeks. The ground ball rate that was close to 60% is now probably around that 35% range. They get the ball in the air.
Narvaez on the day, a fly to right. He's also hit into a 5-4-3 double play. 2 down. Crowd today 33,180 officially. And the right-hander's 1-0 pitch.
We can get a first look at Tommy Canley. Down in Worcester all year. Had an opt-out date, become a free agent basically the first of the month. He opted out. It takes 48 hours or so. Red Sox decided to add him on, send Samaniego down.
Fouled away. We've seen a lot of Tommy in the past. Tommy Canley, and he's a guy who can tell you I'm going to throw you 3 consecutive changeups.
Yeah.
And you still can't hit it.
It's a good one. But apparently we'll see, mixing in maybe the fastball and a good little hard slider a little bit more just to get him off that changeup. The usage was through the roof.
Cut on the miss, 2-2.
Last year he threw a changeup almost 86 of the time. I remember facing him being like, at some point, it's no longer a changeup. Right. It's your fastball.
Yep.
Maybe trying to get that down a little bit lower. Never really threw a slider at all last year. 14% four-seamer.
Canley will certainly be more of a veteran presence out there. Here's the 2-2. Did he go? Yep. That's going to be strike three. Red Sox done in order in the seventh. Great mystery of Bayo's first inning difficulties gets a little bit deeper. Tommy Canley coming out of the bullpen, 36-year-old. He has been around. Signed by the Red Sox as a minor league free agent back in March. And he has pitched in over 450 major league games out of the bullpen. Colorado, the White Sox, the Yankees, the Dodgers, and last year with Detroit.
And he knew his first pitch had to be that changeup. Fastball's around 93, 95. As I mentioned last year, just under 86% usage with this changeup. So the numbers down in Worcester. And apparently mixing in the fastball a little bit more and just showing that slider. He threw 4 of them last year in over 1,000 pitches. Slider.
1-1 to Mayo. Fouled off. Another change at 90.
But we've seen him before come into a game, 16 pitches, 15 changeups, 16 changeups, just at one after another. Still a very good one, though.
It's time with the Yankees there. We saw him frequently.
Yeah, 12th year in the league. Put together a couple really good years with the New York Yankees on 2 different occasions. Spent some time there. Last year in Detroit, 4.43 ERA. Walks can pile up on him. But a good veteran presence out there in that bullpen.
It is 1-2 on the way to Kobe Mayo. And he strikes him out. Off speed pitch to get him. Nice way to come on board. And one away.
There's that changeup. Just good action on it. Mentioned as often as he threw it last year, they still only hit 217 on that pitch.
Jackson Holliday is 0 for 2 of the walk. In that sense, he reminds me a little bit of the great Trevor Hoffman, the closer. Different role, of course, but he could do the same thing.
Yeah,
here's my changeup. Forget it. You're not going to hit it. 0-1 is going to be outside. Remember Trevor as a young Florida Marlin coming on board the very first year of that franchise. I was working games for the Marlins, and he was just starting to learn how to pitch in relief, not as a closer, but as a setup guy for Brian Harvey, and he was having a really hard time with it. And at that time, the media guys like us, the broadcasters, would sit up front in the flight, and he would sit back there many rows, but he'd always come up and sit with the announcers. Say, what is it I'm doing wrong? What is it I'm doing wrong? You know, I'm not getting people out. At that time, he was throwing 98. You know, he figured it out.
Yeah, I'd say so.
He used to come in the 9th inning for a save to the music of Hell's Bells. That was intimidating enough. So was he.
Yeah, the year I was over there in San Diego, he was hurt. He was around a lot. He's the type of guy you want around a lot, even when he's hurt, right?
Yeah.
We had a young team out there too. Just a great guy, and I kind of felt cheated because I want to be on the field and hear the Hell's Bells coming in.
Yeah.
Right? That's a great moment.
Just to give you chills. Didn't make hitters feel very good. He was a class act, tremendous competitor. Great changeup. One down and the 2-2 from Canley. Just got a piece of that change. Not the best changeup you ever saw, ever faced.
Well, Johan Santana had a really good one. But there was a time in his career where he tipped it. But still, it was a really, really good changeup. I mean, he just dominated for years with that pitch.
He sure did. 2-2. Great Minnesota Twin fouled out of play. The first guy I can recall throwing the changeup like on 2-0, 3-1 was Tom Glavine.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all the time, because he could throw it in a teacup. It's going to miss for ball 3. So he'd throw it any time in the count, but that was very unique back then. It's not so much anymore, but back then, you know, in the early 90s, that was unique. Had such confidence in it. Payoff pitch to Holiday. Inside for ball 4. So 1 on with 1 out in the 8th inning for Baltimore.
Yeah, you know, back in the day, it was like the lefties. Lefties would pretty much, you know, sink it down and away, change up down and away, kind of try to stand you up with a 4-seamer. And now it's different. You know, lefties come in with power, 96 inner half, and cutters.
Yeah. Because they can bring it. Taylor Ward, not a good day for him. 3 hits yesterday, 3 here today. He was the first man to swing against Bayo in the top of the first. And we were talking at that time as he was getting up there how big a first inning it was for Bayo. And he's going to have a catch made by Abreu, but another line drive. Just the second out he's made today in 5 at bats. 2 gone.
It's funny, the last couple of games, this guy Ward, he's kind of looking like a hitter, right? 3 hits in each of the last 2. The Orioles brought him over here to try to hit 40 home runs. He's kind of spraying the ball all over the field. He's only got 2. It's a career low for him this deep into the season.
36 for the Angels last year. Gunnar Henderson, he's hit 13. Does not have a hit today.
Batter's challenge.
He's going to challenge this. He was hit by a pitch in the first inning. Scored a run.
Ball's overturned to a ball. Baltimore has 2 left.
Missed by a lot. Two out, 1 on. Two and 0.
ABS does give you a nice opportunity. Think back like the times you got in the box, first pitch, you know it's way off the plate or way up, and the guy just calls you a strike. There's nothing you can do about it other than turn around. Maybe tell him he missed it, but
I think it's been terrific for baseball. Fans love it. I had a little bit of a fear back in spring training it might lengthen games. It has not really. Challenges kind of breeze by. 3-0 pitch. That'd be ball 4. So he's walked a couple. That was the loose point earlier. Walks occasionally an issue for him. He's walked 2.
Yeah, moments in his career, you know, 4.5 walks or so. Kind of per 9. Walk rate's been up there in the past.
We'll send up Rutschman. He was in the thick of that uprising in the first inning with an RBI single. So 2 aboard with 2 down. 8-1 the Orioles.
He had 11 walks in 19 1/3 down in Worcester. It's a lot. 186 ERA, not giving up many hits, but
1-0 is across for a strike. And the Yankees have taken a 2-1 lead over the Cleveland Guardians into the 9th inning. They're trying to snap a 2-game skid. They can pull within a half game of front-running Tampa Bay if they win it. Shot to right field. Abreu backing up. He lunges to make the play. That was a rocket, but 2 left. Coming homestands in the month of June. Texas Rangers have been playing pretty well lately. Toronto has not. Got the Yankees coming up, and then the Nationals, who are an excellent road team, fun offensive team. This is Keegan Aiken out of the bullpen.
He's having a tough time. Any 16th appearance. See that ERA just under 10.
Getting Connor Wong first, and he'll look at a strike. He'll be followed by Duran and then Rafaela. 8th inning. Connor today with a grounder to short and a grounder to third. And the left-hander's 2-1. Fouled away. Fastball there, 94.
Yeah, it'll sit there. A little change-up slider.
Baltimore got a solid start out of Trevor Rogers, the left-hander. Went 5 2/3, giving up 1 run on 5 hits. Red Sox did not get a knock against him until the 5th inning. 2-2. Shot out to left. Ward will play this one off the tin. That's going to be a Fenway single. So Connor Wong hits it stiff and winds up with a base hit to begin the 8th.
That's been the problem for Aiken. This changeup last year is pretty good for this club. They hit 103 off of it. Before that pitch, it was 471. On a pitch he throws 27% of the time. It's just a different pitch this year for him. It's getting absolutely hammered.
It could be the last chance for Jarren Duran to run his hitting streak longer. It's at 10 in a row as we speak. He is 0 for 3 today. He's lined to right, grounded out to first, and grounded out to short. Jarren last 16 games hitting .319. That's a strike. 1-2 Cedon next, and challenge here.
Doesn't seem too positive about it, does he?
Foul is confirmed. Boston's out of challenges.
Another one that hit a big part of the zone.
Yeah, between he and Wilson, last 2 challenges.
Well, we were just commending the Red Sox in recent games. They've done better with those, but not today. Wong, the base runner, and swung on and missed for strike 3. The fastball to get him. Duran 0 for 4 today.
Don't miss Play Ball Weekend, Friday through Sunday, encouraging youth everywhere to go out and play. You can visit playball.org to register for a free event near you.
Cedon with an infield hit last time, and he scored the Red Sox run. He's 1 for 3. Fouled off into the stands down the right field line for strike 1. Yankee game just ended. They beat Cleveland 2-1.
Avoid that sweep.
Oh, 2 on Rafaela. Abreu would hit next.
Judge sat out again for the Yankees.
High chop up the middle. Henderson will flip underhanded to get the force play there. Route number 2. And Cedon becomes the runner at first in front of Wilyer Abreu.
Probably just resting him up for the weekend. We'll see. A couple games in a row now.
Yeah, he's had a shoulder barking at him. Talking about Aaron Judge. So 1 on and 2 out in the last half of the 8th inning. Red Sox with only 6 hits today. It's not like the Orioles have torn the cover off it outside that first inning. They only have 8 hits. They got 6 runs in that first. They grabbed a couple more in the 5th inning, and they have dominated today. Left-hander Aiken with the 0-1. Willier is 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. Cano, Wells, and Aiken out of the bullpen for Baltimore. A win would give them the series, and the Red Sox would still be looking for only their 2nd home series win of the year. And Cedon off the bag at first. 2-2.
I think trying to explain being 1-8-1 in series at home and just losing as much as they have is kind of in the same bucket as Brian Bayo and being able to start a ball game. Hard to explain.
Other than the obvious, where the Red Sox just don't score many runs at home. Last night, one of those few times where they really blew up at Fenway.
Yeah, I mean, you can look at why they don't win here, because they don't score a lot of runs here. Big difference on the road. But the Bayo one is still a mystery.
Sure is. Lofted into right. Cowser there to make the catch and retire the side. 1 hit, 1 left. All Baltimore today, they lead at 8-1. Tommy Kahnle, brand new to the Sox this year, pitching his 2nd inning, facing Pete Alonso, who is 1 for 3 with a base hit and a run. Got a little more information about Aaron Judge, who has been held out of the last 2 games for the Yankees. As that one is punched through the hole, another hit for Alonso. And one thing that has been determined here in recent games, Pete Alonso has gotten hot. 2 more hits today. Has a big home run in the series as well. But it's been the right side, the shoulder and the rib cage troubling Aaron Judge. They MRI'd him last night. And today they were doing more tests on him, an X-ray and a CT scan.
Wow. Hold him out for a while trying to figure all that stuff out before you IL him.
Yeah, we'll see. Not going to weep if he's not in the lineup. Another challenge.
Challenging strike call.
Been a flurry of those here for Marvin Hudson, home plate ump.
Ball's overturned ball. Baltimore has 2 left.
Basayo scored 2 of the 8 today for Baltimore. Got one of those in the first inning when he took a walk. He'll sting that one. Rafaela on the run, reaches up to make the play. Sprinting, and now a long throw back to first base, and sliding in is Alonso. Burst of speed and a really nice catch.
Sayo looking out there, trying to figure out how he caught. He just got Rafaela'd. That's just what Cedon does, and kind of just runs into it, kind of makes it look easy. Just the first step is fantastic.
On his way to more gold, I think. Tavares.
You remember the first week for Cedon in center field? There was I think ball actually in Houston. Jordan hit double that he thought he should have had over the shoulder. He lost the ball in the sun. About a week into the season or so, maybe 10 games. He was -4. Like DRS, -4, outs above average, and it was losing the ball in the sun killed him. The win is a hit. Probability catch was probably 100. He started the year off -4. And is now second behind PCA. Kind of settled down for him. Back to what we were used to. He just lost in the sun, but he got crushed for it.
Pretty good comp, those 2 center fielders, Crow Armstrong and Cedon. They're both outstanding. 1 down, and Alonso the base runner. It'll be popped up here by Tavares. Caleb Durbin out, still backpedaling all the way out there to make the catch. Number 2 in the 9th for the Birds. Colton Cowser to dig in next. This one all about that first inning. Baltimore got 6. They added 2 more in the 5th. Red Sox only run came in the 6th inning. Cowser with an RBI today and a sac fly. Also walked and he's fanned 2 times. Canley thrown 33 pitches to this point, 55% strikes, 18 strikes. Line shot down for a hit. Pete Alonso rounding second. Abreu's going to try for him at third. Here's the tag. He is out. Wilyer Abreu on the money.
I'm surprised seeing Alonso challenge this throw. You see Wilyer kind of put his hands up like, what you think? This throw is just a bullet in the air. Third base just put the tag on him. Great throw by Wilyer. What a beautiful play to end this inning right here. Alonso challenging Wilyer Abreu. He threw this ball 95 miles an hour to Caleb Durbin to get Alonso rather easily here to finish off this ninth. Kind of surprised he's challenged him here. I guess up 8-1. Why not?
So bottom of the 9th. And Andrew Kittredge out of their bullpen. 4th man out of the pen.
It's his 5th outfield assist on the season.
Contreras swinging a high drive left field. That is way out of here. Into the standard, that light standard. Crushed it for his 12th home run of the year. And that'll make it 8-2. A no-doubter for Wilson. The second RBI today.
Number 12 in the year. Just keeps doing it. Kittredge too's been throwing the ball really, really well. Not like you don't give out any at bats. 8-1, so be it. I'm going up there to do damage.
The Red Sox home run presented by your New England area Audi dealers. So 8-2. And Connor Falefa will swing and miss.
Just guessing dead red too. This is what Contreras got, a sinker, 95. Even though he's on the play, you get in half, he can pull those hands in.
At first base, Alonso. He'll take it himself to get the out. And 1 away for the Sox in the 9th. One more look at the home run swing. Number 12 for Contreras.
Yeah, RBIs. You mentioned got a couple here today, so 35 on the year. A little bat flip, he knew it.
He has been everything you wanted. In fact, more. The way he's played defensive first base. He certainly has. Siegler 0 for 1. He has flied out to left. And he'll foul it away at home plate. When the Red Sox leave Yankee Stadium over the weekend, when that series is over, there'll be less than 100 games to go. They'll be moving on to Tropicana Field, a rebuilt roof at the Trop. They'll be facing a Yankee team tomorrow night here on this, and it's only a half game out of first. And he offered at that, and down he goes for strike 3. And 2 down in the bottom of the 9th for the Red Sox. That'll bring up Caleb Durbin. So at this point, Trevor Rogers will pick up the win. Brian Bayo will fall to 2-6.
Durbin looking for that extra base hit, 6 games in a row. He's got the 7-game hitting streak, just looking for an extra base streak to keep it going.
And a strike.
Creeping up, 195.
One, that one hit toward the alley. On the move, Taveras. He makes a sliding play to end the ball game. That's how it comes to an end. The Red Sox fell behind 6-0 in the first inning today. Brian Bayo, a nightmare of a start. And they fall back to 9 games below 500, heading to face the 2 top teams in the AL East.
Well, the bats were quiet today, but the real story was Brian Bayo getting an opportunity to start again. We had said before, most important top of the first inning for him all season long. He's got to try to get 3 outs. Well, he did. Unfortunately, gave up 6 runs before he did and really kind of put this game on ice early.
Stay tuned for WB Mason Extra Innings Live. Alana and Jim will break down the loss, and you'll hear from Chad Tracy and from Brian Bayo. That should be interesting. That and more coming up after the break.